So, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to study the circulatory system, which is part 2, the blood functions. Functions of blood. So, now the blood transport nutrients from the small intestine to the liver, where they are either stored or utilized. So, the blood transport nutrients means the blood carries nutrients in it and which transport from the small intestine to the where to the liver, where they are either stored or where they are either utilized by the body. So the second function comes which it carries from the lungs to the body cells and carbon dioxide produced in them to the lungs from where it is breathed out. So what does it does? It carries oxygen from the lungs to the body cells and carbon dioxide produced in them to the lungs from where it is breathed out. Now again, it carries the waste products from excretion of the kidneys. What the waste product? It carries the waste product which the waste product for excretion to the kidneys. It maintains water balance in tissues. It maintains water balance in tissues. It neither increases it or it either not lowers down it. It regulates body temperature by distributing the heat produced in tissues to different body parts. It provides immunity by destroying the destroying the diseases causing germs. So what does this does? This provides immunity for the human beings, and it also helps in killing the diseases and helping you from helping your immunity to grow and destroying germs, diseases, bacteria and all. It prevents excessive bleeding by the formation of blood clots. What happens? It prevents excessive bleeding with the formation of blood clots. So what is blood vessels? The blood is carried by different parts through the vessels. They are called as blood vessels. The blood vessel is carried to different parts of the body through the long tubular which is called as blood vessels. The blood vessels are of three kinds: capillaries, veins, and arteries. Artery. What is artery? They carry the blood away from the heart. They carry blood away from the heart means it carries from the heart to the all parts of the body. And how are they? It has thick and elastic. It has thick, elastic, and muscular walls, and blood flows with jerks as felt in pulse. You all know, right, what is pulse? The breathing rate means the heartbeat is known as pulse, right? So the vein and throbbing of this just below something. I'll explain you when this topic is coming, okay? Surely. So now vein. What is the vein? It is a vessel that takes from all parts of the body towards the heart. And how are the muscles now? Now muscular valves have with valves. These valves prevent the backflow of blood flowing towards heart. Means what does this valves does This this flows backward. So that is why these veins carry the blood from all parts of the body towards the heart, because it moves backward. It backflow, what we call, right? So let's look at the differentiation of arteries and veins. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. They carry blood towards the heart, thick and muscular and more muscular walls, and they have the thin and less muscular walls. Carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery because it carries deoxygenated blood. Now veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein, which is carries the oxygenated blood, and they lack valves except the pulmonary trunk and the aorta, the process valves. So these all are the differentiations. The blood flows with jerks, and under great force the blood flows smoothly and under little pressure. Usually placed in more superficial, usually dependently placed in the body. So just look at these capillaries. These are capillaries, veins, arteries. Capillaries. These are terminal branches of an artery which rejoin in the form of vein. A capillary is a very narrow blood vessel whose walls have a single layer of cells, endothelium. Endothelium means it is covered by a layer, endothelium. The walls of capillary is very thin to enable an exchange of nutrients, waste products and gases between the blood and blood fluids. The pumping organ. What is the pumping organ? Pumping organ is our heart. Pumping organ is our heart. The heart is a cone-shaped muscular organ with the size of your clenched fist. Your fist. It is located in the chest cavity between the lungs, but it is little slighted. You know what it is? It's little tilted towards the left side. The heart is protected by a rib cage. Through what? It is protected by a rib cage. The heart is made up of specialized muscles called cardiac muscles. These muscles show continuous contraction and relaxation till the lifetime of that particular human. The main function of heart is to receive and pump blood and keep it circulating throughout the body. The heart has 4 chambers now. What are the 4? Ventricles, ventricles, right ventricle, left ventricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So, where is? The heart has 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called as ventricles. See here. These are the upper 2 chambers which are called as ventricles, and these are the lower 2 chambers which are called as ventricles. Now these are there, right? These do not have ventricles. They are smaller chambers, and this lower chamber which is there, this has a larger chamber, and these ventricles receive they are the receiver chambers of our heart, and these are the giver. Means this distribute the blood towards the whole body, and these are made up of thin muscular walls, and these are thick walls and more muscular. And these two vena cava, these are called as vena cava, and this is superior vena cava, and this is what is this? Sorry, inferior vena cava. These both carry deoxygenated blood from this superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body, like your shoulder, your neck, and all of these. Like this comes in the upper part of and this of your body. The inferior vena cava, which the inferior vena cava carries from your lungs, your trunk, from the lower part of your body. This is inferior vena cava. Now what is this? Pulmonary veins. What is pulmonary veins? Brings oxygenated blood from the lungs, and the veins open into left ventricles, and here comes the pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries carries deoxygenated blood, and it leaves the right ventricle carrying the deoxygenated blood to both the lungs for oxygenation. Now here comes the aorta, and this carries oxygenated blood for all the parts of the body, means rest of the body. And one more thing is that it leaves the left ventricle carrying oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. All parts of the body through its branches, aorta. So here comes the blood circulation. So by the way, this I was here. Well, let me just tell you that this whole thing I have explained you. Just now I explained you, and now there are two types of blood circulation. Now the two types of blood circuits are seen in the body. So the first is pulmonary circulation. In the first type of circuit, blood flows from the right side of heart to the left to the lungs for oxygenation addiction, and this is done by pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, if you know that this pulmonary artery does, carries deoxygenated blood it carries deoxygenated blood through the to lungs, and to lungs, and this pulmonary veins, this brings this lungs, what does they make that blood into oxygenated, and these pulmonary veins carry the oxygenated blood and bring it. So this continuous process is done between the lungs and lungs and heart, and this is called as pulmonary circulation. It's that's it. Now once I'll read, if you just try to understand. Okay, I've explained you, but you just try. In the first type of circuit, blood flows from the right side of heart to the lungs for oxygenation addiction of oxygen into the blood and returns to the left side of heart. This circulation is known as pulmonary circulation. The right ventricles receive the deoxygenated blood from the different parts of the body and sends it to the right ventricles. From the right ventricles, the deoxygenated blood is carried to lungs for oxygenation of pulmonary artery. Oxygen blood from the lungs returns to the left ventricles. The pulmonary veins. The pulmonary veins brings it. Yeah. So here is a small definition of pulmonary circulation. The pulmonary circulation transports the blood between the heart and the lungs. So the second one comes the systematic circulation. In the second type of circuit, oxygenated blood from the left side of heart is distributed to all parts of the body. This circulation of blood is known as systematic circulation. The oxygenated blood from the left side is pushed into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, the blood is pumped into the aorta, the largest artery. The branches of this artery then distribute the oxygenated blood to all body parts, including lungs. So the systematic, this means the transportation of blood to all parts of the body, from the heart to all parts of the body. The deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body is collected by two major veins, superior vena and inferior vena cava. Together they are called as vena cava. The deoxygenated blood from the vena cava is poured into the right ventricle, and pulmonary circulation of the body starts again. Means this process goes on. Pulmonary and the systematic circulation always continues till the person is alive, till the person lives. The blood keeps on passing alternately within two circuits, and this process continues as long as person lives. So here comes the heartbeat and pulses. I have told you that this topic will come pulse, and I'll explain you. So let me explain you. Heartbeat and pulse. Heartbeat. Every time the blood passes through the valves and the valves close to distinct sound is produced, which is called as heartbeat. Normally the person heartbeat is average something 72 times per minute. Now what is pulse? The arteries have elastic muscular walls that expand every time when blood is forced into aorta due to the contraction of left ventricle of heart. This can